What's hiding in your blind spots? What's up, Secoya Nation? Stay tuned till the end, and I'm going to give you an idea of where you can find your blind spots, because we all have them. So what is a blind spot? So Tony Robbins has been quoted as calling them scotomas. It's probably not a term that he drew up, but it's probably an English language term. So scotoma is literally a blind spot that you have in your sort of mental bank. It's not like you're looking over your shoulder and you're driving your car and you're like, oh crap, I can't see something in my blind spot. This is literally about your life, you know. Personal story, like for me, like if I'd have known how I was when I was 18 and someone would have pulled me aside and said, hey dude, you might want to chill out because you're kind of tense, or you're kind of holding on to some bitterness, some anger or something like that, I'd be like, what? You know, I probably wouldn't have been able to be receptive to it. But my blind spot then, one of many, without going into too much information as far as like what I didn't know, what I know now, it's about what was I not seeing then. So where are your blind spots? Are you a people pleaser? Are you a perfectionist? Are you at all costs trying to be rich and famous? Like, are you ignoring your partner? Are you ignoring your kids? Do you think, are you doing just enough at work in order to not get fired, or because you hate going there, but you don't know what else to do? So, and we all have blind spots. So what are your blind spots? Are they in your performance, like at work, or is it in your athletic performance, like with your health? That ranks up there too. Or is your blind spot with your kids? Like, are you saying, well, that's how my parents taught me, or they disciplined me, so this is how I'm gonna discipline my kids? Like, that's a blind spot, because if you're not trying to do it better than your parents did, then I can tell you there's opportunity for improvement, because God love our parents, they did the best they could, but unless you're studying parenting, you can do better. So relationships, like what's your blind spot with your partner? How are you taking your partner for granted? How are you not putting in the work there? How are you not having the conversations? How are you assuming things are going to be fine? How are you assuming that it's all going to work out just because you're together, right? That's a relationship blind spot. You know, I mentioned before, just doing enough to not get fired at work. That's a blind spot. So here's the key. Here's how you find your blind spots. Start listening to your self-talk, because you're going to start finding the limiting beliefs in your self-talk that are keeping you from doing and being what you want to be. I would also encourage you to find some friend or family member that you can trust to be an accountability partner for you. So someone that can say, hey, I don't know if you're aware of this, but I heard this the other day, or I've been seeing this pattern, and I'm thinking you might want to know about this blind spot. Because if you are not seeking your blind spots, they are going to limit you, and they are going to keep showing up over and over and over until or unless you become aware of it and decide to change it. It's just like the lessons in life. If you don't pay attention and don't observe the lessons that keep showing up over and over in your life, you're not going to be able to get past them. They're just going to keep showing up, whether it's in your relationships or in your career, in your health. It's always going to show back up. So let your soft talk illuminate your blind spots, because that's going to be the key to you breaking free from those blind spots. So take a moment today before you go to bed and identify one area of your life that you think you might have a blind spot, and then think of someone who can be your accountability partner, or someone that you can be vulnerable with and say, hey, you know, I think I might have a blind spot. Think you could help me out here? Think you could help me understand what that might be? Can you observe my behavior? Can you observe my self-talk? Because I work with people all day long, and I'm listening to their self-talk, and I try to help them rephrase it. And I say, well, you might consider rephrasing it this way, because it's a more empowering thought. You can do whatever you want, but I strongly encourage you to get someone to work with, like a buddy, a friend, a sibling, someone you're super close with, that you really can feel vulnerable with and be like, you know I don't have it all figured out. And first of all, admit that, because God knows I failed at that many years. But just say, hey, I need some help. I was hoping you could help me out. So listen to your self-talk. That's where your blind spots live. Listen to this over, because you're going to want to hear the points about your scotomas, your blind spots, that we all have them. If you don't think you have a blind spot, then that's your blind spot. All right, so hope you had a great day. Hope you're having a great weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow for the daily insights and our push-up challenge. All right, guys, bye.